I wanted to ask a question today. What is the most important decision that you could make in your life? I'm talking about your entire life. The death rate, everyone knows, is 100%. Everybody's going to die. I know of many people that have gotten a diagnosis. I'm one of them. I'm a cancer survivor that got bad news way before you ever thought about life being over. So the most important question is, what is going to happen to you after you die? Quick story. When I was age 15, somewhere around there, my brother Rick would always take me to these teen crusades. They were religious, accept Jesus. They were kind of like a miniature teenage Billy Graham crusade. And at every one that I went to, I always raised my hand at the end. I want to accept Jesus. The problem was I never changed. I just remained the same guy, mischievous, getting into trouble, doing all kind of bad stuff. So there really was never a change until I turned age 24. Preacher comes by the house. His name is Wayne Curls. Love that guy. He changed my life. He told me a story of a guy that you may have heard of before, Charles Blondin. Charles Blondin was very popular in the 20s. He was known for tightrope walking. His final feat, he ties one up between the United States and Canada. And during that time, a jokester had loosened the wire so it would kind of sway. He didn't want to kill Charles, but he wanted to kind of make it interesting. So Charles does his normal thing. He takes a wheelbarrow, loads it up full of rocks, takes off across the tight wire, no safety nets, the roar of the Niagara Falls, makes it to the other side, no hitches whatsoever. The crowd goes crazy. Blondin, we love you. So he asked the crowd, do you believe that I can do this again? And they said, yeah, go Blondin. So he dumps the rocks out of the wheelbarrow and asks who will get into it. Nobody volunteers. His manager raises his hand, I'll go in. So he does. They start moving across the tight wire. It comes loose. Now it's swaying back and forth. The manager's grabbing hold of the wheelbarrow. We're going to die. He's hysterical. Blondin comes down to the manager's ear and says, do you believe that I can get us across this safely? His manager says, yes, I've seen you do it 1,000 times, but I think we're going to die this time. Blondin says, if you believe that I can do this, I want you to let go of the wheelbarrow and quit trying to help me balance it. Quit trying to do the work of getting us across. And I want you to sit there effortlessly and having trust in what I am doing. You probably have already connected the dots, or at least I did in my little home there in Albany, Georgia, 1982, age 24. The preacher said, Tim, you're the guy in the wheelbarrow, and Jesus is the one pushing the wheelbarrow. And I'll be honest with you, I always wondered when preachers would say, just give it to Jesus, just give your life to Jesus, have faith, just believe. I really didn't know. I needed a picture in my head of what that actually meant. And now I understood. Jesus is born of a virgin. He lives a perfect life. He came to earth on a mission to save you and me from sins that God says you cannot sin and come to heaven after you die. Jesus Christ was sent to pay for those sins. He, like Charles Blondin, did all of the work. All you and I do is effortlessly, without paying money, without trying to work our way through it, we sit there and trust that Jesus Christ did everything for us. He did everything instead of us. He died instead of us. He paid the price. That sounds so religious, I know, but it's true. It's the thing that we're going to have to deal with when we die, because everybody dies. What is the most important question that you and I could ask ourselves? What will happen to you and me after we die? And if we sit there and effortlessly trust that Jesus Christ did everything for us, He did all the work, when we die, we will go to heaven. I think that's the most important question I could have about my life. And there is a ton more of how do we live life after we've made that critical commitment. And those are some of our future videos of how does it play out. That's our most important question for today.